There's one group of workers that could be in for a particularly rough time as AI becomes more integrated into the economy. Murat Tashi, a senior U.S. economist at J.P. Morgan, thinks AI is poised to replace a vast swath of white-collar knowledge workers. Office workers, in other words, who have non-routine cognitive occupations, the bank wrote in a note to clients last week. The result could be a jobless recovery in the labor market, a situation where white-collar knowledge workers face a structurally higher risk of unemployment as growth in their sector remains feeble, Tashi said. The shift could also pose a huge risk to the overall economy, Tashi suggested. Given that white-collar knowledge workers account for around 45% of all household employment in the U.S., a much larger unemployment risk and anemic recovery prospects for these workers might cause the next labor market downturn to look pretty dismal, Tashi wrote, speculating that policymakers may need to significantly ease monetary policy or inject the economy with stimulus as workers adjust to changes in the job market. The idea that AI could be taking away some white-collar jobs has been on Wall Street's radar for a while, but there are signs that the trend may already be beginning to play out in some areas of the job market, Tashi said, such as for entry-level workers. The rising jobless rate among recent college graduates is related to the hype for AI, J.P. Morgan said previously. The share of unemployment accounted for by non-routine cognitive workers has also already surpassed the share of unemployment accounted for by routine workers in recent years, per J.P. Morgan's analysis. Non-routine cognitive workers now account for a larger share of unemployment than routine workers. Bureau of Labor Statistics. J.P. Morgan. Non-routine cognitive workers now account for a larger share of unemployment than routine workers. Bureau of Labor Statistics. J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan says that workers in routine cognitive occupations, those who have repetitive jobs in areas like sales as well as routine manual occupations, have already been through a jobless recovery. The percentage of workers in the U.S. who have a routine job has dropped from around 55% to 40% over the last 4 decades. According to the bank's analysis of Labor Department data, the impact of AI on the job market hasn't significantly impacted employment figures yet, Tashi noted. The overall unemployment rate in the U.S. remains near a historic low, hovering around 4.2% in July. Still, he said the bank believed the pressures on white-collar knowledge workers could build over time. More importantly for this note, disappearing routine jobs have a pronounced cyclical behavior. Throughout recessions over the past 4 decades, it took increasingly longer to recover from recession-induced job losses in routine occupations, Tashi said. We are not seeing an imminent downturn in the labor market, though the risks are higher relative to a month ago, he later added. The job market has flashed signs of weakening in recent months. The U.S. added far fewer jobs than expected over the month of July, while job gains over the months of May and June were revised downward by a combined 258,000. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to follow Business Insider on MSN.